Hey there, and welcome back to the channel. This morning we're in the kitchen making a classic simple meal for the family. We're going to be making squash soup. There are a million different ways you can do that. Squash and pumpkin soup are pretty much the same in regards to making them. But the way we're going to do it today was just with a little bit of curry powder to round it out and a little bit of aromatic just to give it some depth. So sit back, hit that subscribe button, make sure you got the notification bell checked, and enjoy the video. Alright, so as you can see on the counter today, not a whole lot going on, but that's fantastic because it just makes it simple and approachable for everyone at home. To start with, we got about 2.5 cups of just roughly chopped white onion. You can use yellow, whatever you have. A few cloves of garlic, about 3 there. We got about 2 ounces of ginger. We got a tablespoon and a half of curry powder and a tablespoon and a half of coriander here. We got about 2 pounds of butternut squash chopped up here. Doesn't matter how you chop it up, it doesn't have to look nice as long as it's similar sizes so that it'll cook about the same. Got enough chicken stock in the back here, that's a little over a quart, just to cover this whenever it goes into the pan. And again, to round it out and give it a little bit of flavor here, this is a coconut milk powder, and this is what it looks like in the grocery stores if you see the packaging. Just that way you can find it on the shelf. But what that's going to do is just kind of give it a little bit of sweetness and help it stay together and give it that creamy, rich soup taste and flavor that you're looking for. So, here we go. We've got a decent sized pot on the stove here, and we're just going to turn it on to medium heat and give it a few minutes to warm up, and then we're going to go in with the onion and sweat it down first. So we're just going to add about 2 tablespoons of blended oil to the hot pot, and then put the onions in. And we're going to wait for those to take a little bit of color and soften up a little bit. And then we'll follow up with the garlic. So as you can see here, we're starting to take a little bit of color to the onion, and they're starting to get a little bit translucent and a little bit brown on the edges. Starting to soften up quite a bit. So what we're going to do here is we're going to go ahead and add in the garlic. Give it just a second to get going, and then we'll follow up with the ginger. We'll go ahead and throw that in because ginger's kind of tough. We want to give it a second to start waking up, and you can immediately smell it. So we're just going to give this a few more minutes to cook, and then we'll come back to it. Alright, so as you can tell now, we're starting to take some good color all around here, and all the veggies are starting to come together and soften up, which is the whole reason we do this, to build that layer of flavor. So now we're going to go ahead and add in the curry powder and the coriander, the squash, and the chicken stock. And as the chicken stock goes in there, it's going to hopefully lift all of the flavor and color that's kind of developed on the bottom of the pan. And now it's pretty much exactly what we were hoping for. That we wanted the chicken stock to be just above the top of the squash. I might add just a touch of water to it here in just a second. But for now, we're going to go ahead and we'll add in the coconut powder and let it start getting dissolved and cooked down in there. And as you can see, that's where it gets real creamy. So now's the boring part. Now we just got to let it cook for a while, okay? So we'll come back and check on it. I am going to go ahead and put the lid on it just so we lose as little moisture as possible. So we just want to make sure everything's nice and soft, and then we're done. So medium-low heat, we're going to turn it down just a little bit and come back and check on it here in about 25-30 minutes. Alright, so it's been about 25 minutes, and as you can see, it's kind of rolling well here. So we're going to kill the heat and let it cool down for a few minutes, and then we'll go ahead and blend it smooth. So now that the soup's cooled off for a few minutes, what we're going to do here is we're just going to go ahead and pour it straight into the blender. And we'll go ahead now and just blend it until smooth. there you have it. It's really that simple. Pumpkin or squash soup. So me personally, I like to go ahead and put a few croutons or herbs right on top just to make it that much better. So, hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think soon.